live coverage of NASCAR action from Talladega Superspeedway continues. Jeff Gordon showing the way. Tony Stewart in second spot. Side by side for third. There's the battle. Michael Waltrip and Joe Nemechek. Pair of Chevrolets. And Nemechek's car seems to be coming back. Bill Weber?
Absolutely right, Jerry. Remember, he called in, said the car's just a little loose. He took 4 tires. They added just 1 round of wedge, and he's moving back to the front. And remember, crew chief Tony Glover, not on pit road. He works as a spotter with Nemechek, makes the calls from the roof. Glover not in the pits, spotting here at Talladega.
Exactly. Jay Smith calling the action on pit road for Nemechek. Now, Dale Jarrett, we told you they made a lot of adjustments during that pit stop. They took a rubber out, made a track bar adjustment, air pressure, and obviously, guys, it's making a difference. DJ starting back toward the front now, finally.
He was 31st when he came out of the pits, and now, as you can see, he's moved up to 15th. It might be a little bit further than that when you get back to the start-finish line. He's on the back bumper of Johnny Benson there, and they're coming up towards the front.
Those are pretty radical changes they made during that pit stop at Talladega. Normally, you would make one of those 3, but not all 3 at the same pit stop.
Michael Waltrip, the Phillips car, number 7, right in the middle of the screen, was running in about 3rd position just a couple of laps ago.
3 wide.
Last time by, he was credited to his 7th spot, but he might be even worse than that now as he tries to somehow get in line with these cars and get out of that middle groove that he just cannot run in.
I think it is more difficult to run in that middle groove now than it was at the beginning of the race, Benny. That surprised us that they were able to run that good at the beginning of the race, and I think that what we expected of that is now beginning to happen.
There's the car number 33, the Skoll Chevrolet of Kenny Schrader, right in front of Earnhardt. He's hanging tough early on. Let's check his pits with Ray Dunlap.
Well, Doc, before that last round of pit stops, Kenny Schrader was a good bit loose, so he called in and said, let's make a little bit of a change here. So they took 1 pound out of the right rear, and they put a ½ pound in the right front. So a pretty radical adjustment, a 1.5 pound change on the right side for the 33 team.
Kenny Schrader trying to get his first win in some 8 years. His last victory coming June of 1991 up at Dover, Delaware. Jeff Gordon on a win streak, 2 in a row, trying to make it 3 in a row here at Talladega. 35-year-old Brian Watzel, his new crew chief, unbeaten, batting 1,000 thus far in NASCAR Winston Cup competition. He may want to retire now, don't he?
That's what he said after Charlotte. Said now undefeated.
Still 3 wide part of the way through that mix.
Tony Stewart slid high down to 1 and 2. Mike Skinner down on the inside. Looks like he's in the 3rd spot. And right now we see some cars back there that are out of the draft, about 6 or 7 of them.
But they are lining up. That's Kyle Petty, that second pack, lining up to catch this pack. If you look back at Michael Waltrip's Phillips Chevrolet.
There are 31 cars in the lead draft. The 31st place car is only 1.8 seconds behind the leader, Jeff Gordon. And Kyle Petty is about 5.7 seconds behind.
And all 43 cars that began the day are on the racetrack. The 91 car for you Andy Hillenburg fans that had the incident on lap 48 to bring out the first caution flag. They peeled away some sheet metal. He is back on the racetrack, so all 43 are running here at lap 66.
Dave Marks has also had a long stay on pit road. He is now 8 laps down in the real true Chevrolet, but as you said, you're on the racetrack. Oh, they're all lining up, trying to take their shot at Jeff Gordon. Mike Skinner right now running in 2nd spot. Tony Stewart trying to help, getting right on that back bumper.
And Tony Stewart and Mike Skinner are best of friends off the racetrack. They drive for competing hardwares, Lowe's and Home Depot, but they are best buddies. They do a lot of socializing together, so I would imagine these 2 guys will hook up and try to make a run on Jeff Gordon.
I just hope they don't do what they did here in April. Remember, they had the big crash over on the backstretch.
That took place on lap 49 back in April. The 20 and the 31 cars getting together, taking out 9 race cars. Cars 1.9 seconds apart from Gordon back to Kevin LePage. That's the lead draft.
Uncle Walker pulled down on the inside of Tony Stewart, trying to take over that position, put Stewart in the middle.
Earnhardt's also in the middle. He's got Rich Bickle right behind him. He's got Tony Stewart in front of him. He might be able to go somewhere if the hole don't close up before he gets there. That's always the concern you have.
And how about that Coca-Cola roof camera on Jeff Burton's X-Side Ford? He's one of our No Bull $5 million contenders. Already won $2 million this year, winning at Charlotte and winning in the Pepsi Southern 500 at Darlington.
Chad Little goes by his Jack Roush teammate. Look at those guys go in the middle. It just seemed like they open up a big hole and they're running 2 by 2 up in front of them. They're able to go somewhere, but is still in the middle. Now Mike Skinner goes with it on the outside down in one end, has it.
Or does it? For a moment. Yeah, he's got a car length out in front of Gordon, or part of one. And I think he can get it now as Gordon Marlin pulls up there and going to help the 31 car.
Mike Skinner has an excellent race car. Larry McReynolds knew this yesterday. Remember, they hit that hiccup in qualifying when they had a problem with the engine. They had to go second round and start outside the top 25. But McReynolds ran nearly 50 laps here in happy hour yesterday. They were thrilled with their race car when it pitted under caution a few laps ago. 4 tires, fuel, get back out there.
Mike Skinner in this car finished 4th in the Daytona 500, finished 4th in the Pepsi 400. His 106th NASCAR Winston got front and win. He came so close at Charlotte last week. He said, I've been a perpetual bridesmaid and never a bride. But right now, the Lowe's Chevrolet for Mike Skinner is showing the way at Talladega. 70 laps are complete in the 31st running of the Winston 500. NASCAR's fastest super speedway. Back with more live action after this. Stay with us. Look at this field at Talladega Superspeedway. Side by side for 5th on back, the front 4 single file. And Cornflake showing the way. Texan Terry Labonte for the first time today. And brother Bonnie Labonte hooked up nose to tail. They're the front 2. Then comes the Bell South machine for Joe Nemechek and Kenny Irwin. The Texas Coat colors back in 4th spot.
See, Dale Earnhardt has broken his GM Goodwrench Chevrolet free of this big group of cars, and he moves into 5th.
Now, those 5 cars have singled themselves out. They'd like to pull away, and they can't do that if those cars continue to run side by side behind them.
Moments ago, Buckshot Jones in the car number 30. Take a look at this frightening portion here. Up, almost in.
Steve Grissom in the car 01. They almost made contact.
Man, that was terrific because, you know, normally when you see these cars just wiggle at these, well, actually, you don't even see them wiggle. They lose control before we see the wiggle. That time we saw the thing sideways, and somehow Buckshot managed to save it. Genuine mess right there coming off turn 2. Bill Weber talked about on NASCAR today at the top of the show that 4,000-foot backstretch so silent.
It's full of thunder right now, and here's the Jimmy Dean Pontiac for Buckshot. Started in 42nd. Trying to catch his breath right now, I'm sure. What a great save a moment ago. Driving to car number 30.
These guys are about a third of a lap behind the leader, Terry Labonte.
Haven't heard much throughout the weekend from Texas Terry. Qualified pretty well. Started in 8th spot. 2-time winner here at Talladega in the Winston 500. Won it here in '89. Also won it 2 years ago, back in 1997.
And he's got a good partner there with him, his brother, Bobby, the Interstate Batteries Pontiac.
These 4 cars trying to pull away slightly. Earnhardt is the 5th place car. There he is leading that second pack with Michael Waltrip, Tony Stewart. A lot of discussions ongoing between drivers and spotters, Bill Weber.
Absolutely, Jerry. Eddie Dickerson is the head chassis builder for Hendrick Motorsports and the longtime spotter for Terry Labonte, working this race today. When Terry got to the front, he said, just stay there, stay in line, the mess is behind you. If you guys stay in line, we'll run away from those guys. Then he said to Terry, 5 bonus points. I guess your car is pretty good. No response. So Terry remaining quiet even on race day.
Terry Labonte, the Iceman, very composed, very poised, and very quiet. Only speaks when he has to. The brothers Labonte showing the way, the 20 car. Just made a move by Mike Skinner. That's Tony Stewart. Now he will pull right up into the car length of Dale Earnhardt.
And Sterling Marlin goes by Skinner. Jeff Gordon back over there just a few laps ago. He's now back to the 11th position. And Jeff Burton, we saw struggling. He is now up to the 10th position in the X-Side Ford.
Well, we're about 16 laps away from the halfway point here at Talladega Superspeedway. Labonte, Nemechek, Irwin, and Earnhardt, our top 5.